Greetings everyone, Kharam the Druid here with another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Lost City of Tol'vir, which is located in the zone of Uldum. And if you haven't gone to Uldum yet, you're in for a treat because it's very Egyptian and kind of Persian-like. Very beautiful surroundings for sure. The dungeon is a level 85 dungeon, though I think you can try it at 84. I'm not particularly sure about that. But in any case, it's probably better to be 85 anyway. This is the regular version of the instance. I'm not quite geared for any heroics yet. I'm only a couple of item level points off. So I just need a couple of good pieces yet to boost me up a little bit, and I'm going to be doing heroics. But in any case, this is the regular version of the dungeon. The thing to remember about these Cataclysm dungeons, if you're a healer, is that you're most likely going to be running out of mana quite a bit. That's basically just how the dungeons were designed by Blizzard. And you can see here that our tank is a Druid Bear tank. Not particularly the greatest of the tank classes. Certainly not my first pick. Nothing against the player here. The player here actually does a pretty good job. But just from my point of view as a healer, they're probably the toughest one of the tank classes to heal. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about as I run out of mana quite a bit here. Some of that had to do with the fact that it was a druid tank. Another thing was the one DPS was taking probably more damage than he should. He was actually taking more damage than a tank was. And as a DPS, that's probably not something you want to try to do. You probably want to try to avoid that whenever you're going into a dungeon. It would for sure help the healer out a lot, but it also helps the party as a whole too. I'm going to do something a little different for you guys in this video here in just a couple minutes. I'm going to let you listen to the in-game sounds and combat as we take on the boss, and then later on I'll do it again to let you hear the sounds from the final boss, so be prepared for that. You'll notice I'm fast forwarding through the trash mobs as usual because really not a whole lot different here other than, you know, they obviously do a bit more damage considering they're higher level mobs in a higher level dungeon and whatnot. But yeah, nothing really too exciting here. We are going to come up on a boss here in just a minute. I believe that's him there. But he's not really all that tough. He's one of the minor bosses, probably one of the easier ones. There's also a crocodile after this one, who's also probably equally as easy. So nothing too special about either one of those bosses to really comment on. I did, however, want to mention something in regards to the Cataclysm dungeons in general. I still see some people have that Lich King mindset where they think, oh, I could just go in and face roll on the keyboard and everything will be fine. It doesn't work that way with these new dungeons, so stop drinking the wrath juice, please. These dungeons are supposed to be hard. And also, stop kicking players because they quote-unquote fail. Because the way I see it a lot of times, maybe it's not them that's failing, maybe it's you and the way you play. I mean, I hate to sound mean and everything, but you know, you kind of have to look at it that way, or you kind of have to be willing to look at it that way, at least sometimes. That, you know, maybe it's something you're doing or not doing. So you definitely shouldn't be afraid to ask for some constructive criticism because it helps out the party in the long run. And everybody has fun and nobody gets booted. And you might actually come away, surprise, surprise, learning something. Which I know is a hard concept for some of you WoW players who say, oh, what I've been playing for 5 or 6 years, I know everything. No, you don't. In fact, the people that say that really actually probably don't know much of anything, especially when it comes to the new dungeons. We're going to be coming up on the next to the last boss here pretty soon. I'm going to slow it down right before that, though, because our tank actually does a good job at explaining the fight. Because I believe we had someone in our party that it was the first time in here for them. And it was a really good explanation. It was really short, simple, and really easy to understand, as you'll see in just a second here. Basically, there are 2 phases to this boss. The tank in just a second here is going to tell you about the first phase. There we go. This particular boss's name is the High Prophet Barum. And basically he just shoots some kind of lightning bolt things Definitely don't want to be in their way though, because they will kill you, to say the least, as the tank will tell you in a second. The second phase is when he unleashes his little pet, the Harbinger of Darkness. Basically, that along with some ads, you'll want somebody to kite him around, while the tank or one or two of the DPSs stay on the boss himself. And then once the Harbinger is killed, then it's back to phase 1 again, and the lightning bolts that you'll want to stay away from. And now I'm going to stay quiet, and I'm going to let you enjoy the sounds of combat. Here we go.
Be gone, infidel! You are not welcome here! Death is only the beginning.
And there you go. As you may have noticed, there was a lot going on in that fight, and I needed to pop Tree of Life early. Not something I really like to do, but in that case it was necessary, otherwise it probably would have been a wipe. Who knows, really. But my guess is it probably would have been. Now, this final boss is named Siamet, and the main thing to remember here as a healer is to stay away from the green swirly circles, because they will take you down pretty quickly. Of course, as you see in a bit, I failed to do that, and I ended up taking one for the team. But everyone else managed to stay alive, and we ended up downing the boss anyway. Good stuff, though. Other than that, the strategy here is a pretty simple one. Kill the ads in the first phase. When the ads die, go for the boss again. And as the tank pointed out, as I said earlier, stay out of the green circles. This goes for everyone, but more specifically, I'm telling healers that.
Winds of the South, rise and come to your master's aid! The sky beckons.
Right on. There you have it, folks. Lost City of Tol'vir, the regular version of it. Obviously, the heroic version is going to be much tougher. Might do a video on it if I get that far, or should I say when I get that far. As always, thank you again for watching. Hope you learned something out of this, or at least enjoyed it at the very least. As always, be sure to leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. And hit the subscribe button for future videos as they come out. And also hit the thumbs up or thumbs down button too, because that's kind of important as well. Thanks again for watching. This is Kharam the Druid saying happy healing.